It's 2025 and it's time for our yearly cybersecurity training. So what we're going to talk about are 6 tips to help you in 2025 to stay safe online. Let's get to it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adrian Reddix, and today we're talking about cybersecurity tips and what we can do to make each other and yourself safer. If you work for any company, you probably have a yearly cybersecurity training, and they go over some of the highlights. And what I like to do every year, especially with my company, is to send out emails about different cybersecurity tips. And I think having a different perspective than whatever your company's providing is a good thing, because not only can you help protect your company or your work environment, but more importantly, you can help protect your home, because I think a lot of us think about cybersecurity for like companies, but we really don't think about cybersecurity for ourselves. And we are just as vulnerable as a company. Like, we have sensitive information, we have credit cards, we have different things on our computer that are private or whatever this may be. And you want to try to make yourself as small or as little of a target as possible. And so a couple of these things I think are the most important parts of cybersecurity. They're not the only parts, but if you hit these things and be aware of these things, you should be relatively okay. The first thing is going to be passwords. No matter whatever type of cybersecurity training I'm ever going to be a part of, that I ever teach or administrate or even talk about, password is always going to be on there, because password security is the most important thing. Let me say that one more time.
I'm going to say it one more time. Password security is the most important thing, because without a strong password, you are vulnerable, right?
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to make a strong password, all right? So usually the current guidelines, now mind you, if you watch this in the future, hey future people, if you're watching this in the future, whatever the current guidelines are, go by those, because, in 20 years, this information will be not great. We'll have better passwords, right? I would tell people to make at least a 12-character password or more. 2, don't think of it as a password. Try doing a passphrase. Like, instead of being like your dog Spot, the year he was born, ! Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you out there that have that password. Don't do that. So do something like, I don't know, Max likes pizza, and put a number that means something to you. Maybe is 63. Right? Max likes pizza 63 ampersand. That's not something that means anything to me, but it might mean something to you. So basically with passphrases, you want it to have something that means something to you, but doesn't mean anything to anybody else. Because how would I know that Max likes pizza? 2, make sure you always use a combination of characters, be it uppercase, lowercase, the special characters, which is the ones that are usually located with the numbers, exclamation, ampersand, forward slash, backslash, all those equal signs, plus those are your special characters. And you want to have a combination of all that to make a strong password. Also, creating a strong password one time is great, but good password hygiene is that you put a number on how long you keep that password, be it 90 days, which I know a lot of people might not do that, but change your passwords very regularly. I change my passwords every 90 to 120 days. So every 3 to 4 months, I change my passwords, because I know that even though I think my passwords are secure, I don't want to have that risk of somebody actually finding it out. And now they have the keys to the kingdom. There's nothing I can do. Also, if you're using a strong password means nothing if you're not doing 2-factor authentication too, but that's a little extra. 2, beware of phishing. So you guys may have heard of phishing, but anybody who's not heard of phishing, well, phishing is usually done through email, which I think all phishing is done through email. Phishing is done through email, and they send out a bunch of emails to people to get them to click on something, to either give them information or to swindle them out of money. And you would think, hey, phishing has been going on so long. People have had so much training about not opening unknown emails. Why are they still doing it? Because it still works. It's very easy to get a email account, or if you can hack into somebody else's email account, that it won't flag for sending a bunch of emails. Send a bunch of emails out. And then if I send, I don't know, 20,000 emails out and I get 3 people to give me whatever I'm asking for, be it $400, $500, $600, that's well worth the time of sending out all those emails, because it's like that. It's a very easy, low barrier thing for hackers, or they're not really hackers. They're more like cyber criminals can do. Be careful of emails that come through. Make sure you verify the email and the sender, right? It's very important that you know who's sending you something, and that if you should provide them the information that they're asking for. And if it seems a little suspicious, try to confirm or try to get in contact with that person via another way. Like I wouldn't trust any information that's on the actual email. I would go to the internet or the company's website or something like that. Or if it's a friend, if it's a friend, you probably should have another way to contact them other than email, be it social media or a phone number or something. So always verify the emails that are suspicious. If they're asking you for a quick action, like I need you to go ahead and send me this. I need you to go ahead and click on this link so we can do this. So I need you to go ahead and send me a verification code so I can open up my account, which we'll talk about that later. Don't do that. Definitely independently verify anything if they're asking for information, especially if it's like immediate request for information. 3, social media. Social media, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on. Just know that don't put too much information on social media. I wouldn't post vacation photos until after I'm back. I wouldn't put where I worked at, or you just have it for friends. There's certain information that you can have just for friends. Be very sparse with the information you provide to social media, because hackers or cyber criminals will take that information and do some very nefarious things with it. Like you could do, I don't know, I can find out where you work at, and then maybe I can find out the name of a superior and be like, hey, my name is John and I'm from this IT company, and I heard that you were having some issues with your computer going slow. And Ann from accounting told me that that you had one of the worst computers out there as far as going slow. Everybody thinks their computer is going slow unless it's brand new. It's just one of those things. Everybody thinks their computer is slow. And your computer does slow over time, but that's a different thing. I can just do so much with the social media stuff. Also, a scam that I know a lot of people have been falling for is, let's say one of your friends on Facebook, this is usually what happens on Facebook. What happens is your friend will say, they'll have like a little clip, a video call of like 2 or 3 seconds to show it that's them and their voice. What they do, that's an AI tool, right? They use AI to mimic your friend's face and voice, but they only need it for a little bit to convince you, right? So people have videos and things like that online, so they just train their AI to do that. And they'll ask you, hey, cuz I'm trying to get into my account. They're gonna send you a verification code. Go ahead and send it. So what they're doing is they're trying to get into your account. And when you send them the verification code, that's a verification code for your account. So you will lose your account. They will get in there, change the email, and you'll never have access to that account again. If somebody asks you to send them a verification code or a number, don't do it. Just don't. Vishing. So vishing is phishing, but with a telephone. It's voice phishing. And you've probably experienced vishing already whenever those people call about like, hey, your car warranty is up and then we want to offer you an extended car warranty. That's phishing. And I'm thinking once AI is becoming more advanced, you'll start having voice phishing that will respond to you, because a lot of times they won't respond. Like As far as like, you'll say, hey, I'm not interested in this or whatever, or if they hear certain keywords, they'll hang up. But I think with the advent of AI, you'll have AI be able to talk back to you and be very convincing. Now, how do we combat that? It's a couple different things, but it's going to change how telephones work. So it's a couple things like tokens and a couple other different technologies that they're exploring to see how to combat that. But to help protect against phishing, always confirm who you're talking to and don't give out any information unless you confirm that this is a person that is legitimate, because certain places aren't going to ask you for certain information. The government isn't going to call you and ask for your social security number, or if you live in another country, your identification number. They have that. Where did you get the number from? They gave it to you. So they already have that information. So why would they call you and ask for that? Same thing with banks. Why would a bank call you for your bank account number? They have that information, right? So just be mindful of when people are calling, what they're asking for, and is it something that they should be asking for, right? The next one is called question. And before we go on to question, all the people who aren't IT people or cybersecurity people, you guys can just do something for the next 30 seconds. But all the IT people and cybersecurity people, come in and close. Come here. Why are we not coming up with better terms? Why is everything going to be ishing? Well, why can't we come up with something different, like phishing, vishing, quishing? Like, it's not creative. We can do better as a community. That's just between me and you. We can do better. So quishing. So what is quishing? Quishing is just like vishing and phishing, but you're using QR codes. QR codes have become very popular over the past couple years. When they first came out, people were kind of wary about them because you had to download a separate app. Sometimes the app would work. A lot of times when you downloaded the app, they would have these annoying ads. So it was just a cluster of a time, right? But now, since all your native cameras on your phones, your smartphones, have a built-in QR reader, it makes it a very easy thing to do. But you can't look at a QR code and tell if it's good or not. So again, just like everything else we talked about, just don't go around willy-nilly scanning codes. Just like I go to the gas station, there's QR codes that people have put all over the place. How do you know these QR codes are legit? You don't know until you scan it. And now, since you scan it, you went to it, you could already have a virus, right? You could already be infected because of the bad QR code. So question, be careful. Just don't just scan every QR code you see. I know they seem benign, but it could cause you some major damage along the road. So verify where the QR code came from and just be careful. Just don't willy-nilly be scanning codes. And the last one is kind of an umbrella term, and it's called social engineering. To me, social engineering is the most common hack because it doesn't require technical skill, because it's very difficult to break into a firewall or a network with all the security. It's not impossible, but it's a very difficult thing to try to brute force your way into a network. What social engineering does, it takes the best tool that you have, and that's the phone, and turns it into a weapon. I may not have the skill to hack into your network, but I can call your secretary and be like, "Hey, Miss Susie, my name is Brandon, and I'm with this firm from Michigan, and we're doing a survey, and I've been talking to the IT director, and he says that, he's giving us a couple of people we can talk to, get on their computer, find out some information, ask you about your experiences with this certain product that you guys use. Is that okay? Let's go ahead and go to this website. Go ahead and type this number in. Let's get on there, and then let's go over this little thing. If you have time. If you don't have time, then I get that. So social engineering is all about confidence. It's a con. That's what it is. It's a confidence scam. You're using people's own emotions and the way humans interact against people. Always ask questions when somebody's trying to either access your phone, your computer, or some type of sensitive information. Always be aware of what they're doing. right? And just always verify. I think that's pretty much the big overall theme of this is verify everything. Don't take anything for granted. If it sounds suspicious, it probably is suspicious. If it sounds weird, it probably is weird. If it's too good to be true, then it is too good to be true. So you just gotta be aware. Guys, that's it. Thanks for joining me. If you like videos like this, there's a video right here that YouTube thinks is going to be the best for you. And the video on the bottom is going to be a video about some Office Suite products. And if you like something like that, click either one of these videos and continue watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.